And a pissed off Anthony Davis is probably even more dangerous than he is right now because, you talked earlier about Luka being shocked. AD's in shock too. He's probably playing the best he's ever played. And to get that call in the middle of the night or late night that you've been traded, like he had, like I say, man, I think both guys got to be in shock, to be honest with you. I mean, but Luka is obviously in serious shock, but AD's got to be shocked also. But Greg, I agree with you, man. OKC, they're my favorite to win this thing, but man, the Dallas Mavericks, they might have just became the second best team in the Western Conference because the jury is still out. I think Denver needs to make a trade because they need to get some bench help. The Rockets are so young. I'm not going to take the Rockets beating the Mavs in a 7-game series. The Memphis Grizzlies, I like their team, but man, Dallas, this is going to be a very fun thing to watch. Now what gets interesting is the De'Aaron Fox and the Jimmy Butler thing because everything got ramped up. This is going to be a fun next 3 days, buddy. Yeah. I cannot, because now you're like, if you're my Phoenix Suns, I'm trying to think who else is something.
Minnesota.
You got Minnesota. You got the Brandon Ingram situation down in New Orleans. You're like, somebody got to do something because the Mavs jumped to the front of the line. So now I think it's going to be crazy the next 3 days because Thursday's the deadline, obviously. But if you're like, wow, the Mavs went from mediocre to really good in one night. What can the Suns do? What can Minnesota do? What can the Lakers do? The Lakers got to do something else, in my opinion.
Chuck, before we let you go, I got to ask you this. After you got traded to the Suns, like you're talking about, you won the MVP the next year, right? You talk about Anthony Davis being pissed off. Forecasting Luka Doncic over the next maybe season and a half, are we going to see the best potential version that we've ever seen of Luka Doncic? Because he's got to be pissed, like you said, too.
Well, first of all, he should be pissed because they called him fat. They would call him fat and lazy.
Why you get mad when people tell you the truth, though? They do say the truth hurts. I take that back.
I told this story. I wasn't getting to play my first year in the NBA, and Moses Malone pulled me aside. He told me I was fat and lazy. And I cried, Greg. I ain't going to even lie. I cried, but I was fat and lazy. And Moses took me under his wing, and I lost 50 pounds and became a Hall of Fame basketball player. Nobody has been capable of telling Luka that he needs to get in better shape. We've talked about this ain't like something new. We've been talking about it for 2 or 3 years. He needs to get in better shape. And the Mavs made a decision. We're not going to give you $350 million because if you're not in shape now, you ain't going to be in shape when you get older. So they made that decision. They know him better than we do. It's easy. He's a great player. I think we all agree.